Hi, authors. So, today we're going to be looking at how we can push our thinking. Remember, the stage of the writing process that we are on right now is the revising stage. Tomorrow, we're going to look through the lens of an editor, and we're almost through that full circle of the writing process. But today, we're still going to be focusing on revision. So, remember, a few days ago, you wrote your flash draft. And yesterday, you were trying to consider how you can keep your audience in mind. And you might have made some changes to some of your different paragraphs, making sure that you keep your audience in mind. But today, I want to remind you that the work is still not done. We can make our writing even better than what it is now. So, writers, take time to reflect on some of your goals before you release your new writing into the world, and make sure that you're still using lots of different resources to help strengthen your writing. Make sure, are you making the meaning clear for your intended audience? And are you following the proper language conventions to make sure that your readers are able to understand your writing? So, the strategy that I want us to focus on today, before we shift from revising to the editing lens, is how we can push our thinking. So, as you look through your writing, and remember, we're going to be reading it over and over and over again. As you read it, I want you to see if a new idea is sparked. You might be able to add a phrase like, now that I've for example, I'm doing the different languages piece, and this is one of my pages of that. So I might say in my conclusion, I'm beginning to wonder how many different languages there are in the world. And maybe that's a sentence that I can add to my writing. Okay. There are a couple of other ways that we can also push our thinking. Maybe if you're writing an informational text, you might want to explain your reasons a little bit more fully. And you can use some of these transition phrases like, for example, or another reason is. Now, explaining is also going to be really important if you're writing a narrative because you need to make sure you're bringing that audience along so they fully understand what your story is about. Okay, you're welcome to say it precisely, and this helps elaborate on some of those ideas. And we have even more ideas down here. So you can tell how your thinking has changed over time. This is something you can work into the beginning, the middle, or the end of your story. You can tell about one time you thought or felt this, or you can really show why this matters to you. And this is important for all kinds of genres, but especially if you chose to write an opinion piece. So you need to make sure you're emphasizing what this means to you and why this matters in the world. So, authors, remember, take your flash draft, read it over and over and over again. And yesterday we were focusing on keeping our audience in mind. Today, I want you to think about how you can take your writing and push your thinking so you can stretch and elaborate and add more ideas. Good luck, authors.